A lot of people say that they had an experience that really led them to serve a mission, or like the moment that they prayed and they knew that they had to go, whether or not they wanted to. And for me, it was, I always kind of wanted to go. And it was a question of when I wanted to go. I love God. That's as good as I can put it, but I love God, and that's why I wanted to serve, and I'm so happy that I did. I read the scriptures like my whole life, and when I got on a mission, that was one of the things I was most grateful that I did. And a lot of people, I had quite a few companions or just people around that I would help that would say, I wish I had studied the scriptures more, or I wish I knew the scriptures more like you did. And that was something I felt blessed, and I felt that God really helped me because I had prepared in that way. But as you study the scriptures, God will bless you. And that's something I felt on my mission a lot. There would be times in lessons when I would just study the scriptures normally in the morning, because you have personal study in the morning and then companionship study, but I study the scriptures and I get to the lesson, and even if it had like nothing to do with the investigator, what I thought had to do with them, there would be times when I would remember the scripture and be able to share it. And you always read the scripture, you know, if you treasure up the words of life, you'll be given in that moment the things that you need. And that's how I felt. When you treasure things up and when you really study the scriptures, you're given what you need, and God will bless you in that way. I remember when I got my mission call, my parents were out of town, so they didn't come home until later, and I was really anxious. I was really, really nervous. And I opened it in my grandparents' house, and my family gathered together when they finally came home. We gathered together, and I remember opening my call, and you're kind of drawn to the word Tokyo on the page. Like the first thing you read, I tried not to. I tried to keep it a secret and just read it, you know, but read Tokyo, and that was like the moment that I just felt that's where I'm supposed to be. And I didn't even think before that, I hadn't even imagined Tokyo, because I studied Spanish for forever and I was ready to go Spanish speaking, and then I read that and I expected to go somewhere else, and I just felt at peace. I felt a lot of comfort and knew that that's where God wanted me to be. I felt like it was my mission, where I was supposed to go. It was really, really neat. I don't think there was like a moment when I was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what, I take that back. I take that back. There's definitely, I don't think it was so much as experiences as it was feelings. And like, I think I probably expected like a giant experience, you know, like this is this person I was supposed to find, or like this is the family, you know. But a lot of people have those experiences, and I would say I had them, but for me it was more of the feeling that God was pleased with me and that I was where I was supposed to be, and that I was learning the things I was supposed to learn. And a lot of the times, even being with companions, I think before my mission, a lot of what I thought missionary work was working with people, you know, working with ward members, working with the investigators and the people you find. And I didn't realize how much companions would mean to me, how much I could help them and how much they could help me. And that's something I feel like God placed me exactly where I was supposed to be, with the people I was supposed to be with, more than the place itself, but the people. I loved the MTC. A lot of people complained about eating the same food every day, and I was just elated whenever there was chicken cordon bleu. I just got excited. But I remember that was like the biggest time I had to study, and that's what I loved, is that you pretty much just study the scriptures all day. And if you're not studying the scriptures, you're studying the language, and you just grow close to the people you're with, and you learn so much in those short weeks. And it sometimes feels kind of long, but it goes by so fast, and I loved it so much.